everyone, and welcome to Boothy's Bites for October. And hello and welcome to the man himself, Mr. Chris Booth. How are you, Boothy?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Jackie. It's great to be doing this, and I just want to say thank you for joining Roxy and I in Brisbane last week to catch up. It was wonderful to share that time as well, and I know Roxy was very excited, so thank you for indulging in.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. All right, so let's dive in with the RBA and interest rates. So what's happening there?
Yeah, so, well, Michelle Bullock is the new governor of the RBA, so we've got a lady at the helm, which is great. Yeah, but I think, look, the sentiment for interest rates right now is we're on hold, and that pauses as a real welcome breath of fresh air for all borrowers. And for me, it's a sensible decision right now. We've done a lot of work with regards to increasing interest rates. We're waiting to see what that impact ultimately rolls out to be, to cool inflation, which is obviously the primary concern of the Reserve Bank of Australia right now. Is it working? Well, the data that we've had post is that inflation is coming down, which is great. But we do have some, we do have a few headwinds on the horizon for the RBA to sort of manage and look at. I think, for me well, I'm sure yourself, Jackie, we're all driving cars and I'm going, oh my God, when you're tapping and going at the Bowser, you're going, when did a tank of petrol become $150 instead of like $50? So, yeah. That's taking away a lot of money, out of the system, but also increasing inflation as well, So the fuel prices is a bit of a concern. And then the impact on that as well, being, the cost of food and goods that we buy as a consumer as well. So that is definitely being impacted there as well. And then lastly, the other thing which is happening and probably means that we won't be able to afford to go to the States in a wee while is the currency. The Aussie dollar is falling quite considerably, and that will have an inflationary aspect to that as well. Trying to buy things which are imported to Australia will be costing us more money as well. So, but there's a complement to that as well, whereby that we'll be able to sell more things overseas, and also it will be attractive for people to come travel to Australia. So that should stimulate the economy as well. But I think for now we're on hold with interest rates, which is great. So it means that we've got a bit of a pause there. For us all.
Yeah, nice. I love your silver lining. This is happening, which isn't great, but hey, come to Australia, see what we've got done.
Well, I've got a tourist boat on a side gig, so we can get some Americans to come on my Seabird 7 tourist boat. We can promote this. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, it's not about Lydian today. It's about Seabird 7.
If anyone wants to book Boothy, get in contact. And so what trends are we seeing in the home lending arena at the moment?
Yeah, so that has been good for us because now we've got very transparent interest rates in the marketplace. So we know where the hot rates are, we know where the promotions are right now, we know whether the existing rates that we've got are good or bad. So providing advice right now is a little bit easier, and the clients, it's a little less volatile for the clients, with this changing environment. One of the things I would say is fixed rates have been a bit all over the place. So about a month ago, we had some cheap fixed rates in the marketplace, but with all this sort of uncertainty with the headwinds we talked about before, those fixed rates have actually increased now. So they are a little bit more expensive than variable rates, which was a bit different last month where we had a few special offers on fixed rates. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a fairly transparent market right now, yeah?
Yeah, okay. Good for transparency. We like that, but we'll see what happens. And so what about hot rates on offer at the moment? What have you got for us?
Yes. Okay. So that's good because we've got more of a normal market right now with interest rates. To sort of win business, as it were, the banks have got to do a little bit extra, which is cool. So we've got a couple of under the counter market interest rates. So St George Bank have got some very, very attractive rates now from a pricing perspective. They're looking at a 5.69% variable, and that rate there has to be a 60% loan to value ratio or less, and you've got to be borrowing $1 million or more. So what they're doing is providing a lot of competition in that sort of, I suppose, higher end of the market, but low risk to the bank. Yeah. Which is really cool. But if you're not borrowing that sort of amount of money, we still have some special rates in place right now. So I think hold on, I'm just going to check my email. So I think it's First Mac, isn't it, that we've got from a hot rate perspective? So they've got a cheap rate as well. They've got some cheap rates right now as well. And also Bank of Sydney, they've got some really good rates as well for investors. So they've got a cheap investor rate, interest only, and principal and interest, which is really cool. So I think the biggest thing for me right now is it's worthwhile reaching out to your mortgage broker, have a chat with them, do a rate review, look at what's good and what's bad. And there certainly are some heavily discounted rates. And even if it means that all we're doing is fighting with your existing lender to get better rates where you're at, that's obviously the service that we can provide our clients as well. Yeah.
Awesome. And so what's been happening in the property market?
Yeah, so, well, Kelly and I have sold a Brisbane place. So, I'll walk you through that experience, really. So, I was really worried. We've had an apartment up there for sort of 5-6 years, I think it is. And, yeah, look, we're looking to change tack a little bit. And, we decided to actually sell that property. Now, the Brisbane market for us we've always been able to rent out the apartment. It's been great. It was local to the hospital and things there. So we've never had a problem with the property. But from a capital appreciation perspective, it really didn't sort of work out wonderfully for us, but it did appreciate, no doubt about it. But anyway, in the initial consultation with the real estate agent, we went through a McGrath team and was recommended to go through Craig at McGrath via Donny Collins, who's our property specialist as well. So, real team effort for us. And Craig, to be honest, was a little bit unsure about where the value of the property was going to sort of lay. And we had actually got tenants in that property as well. So the process for us was wonderful, though. So, we had to get consent from the tenants to do an open home. We only had one weekend to do an open home. We got sort of 20 people in there. We got 5 or 6 contracts out, 2 or 3 offers. The property basically we agreed on a price 2-3 days later, exchanged contracts, worked through the cooling off period, valuation and formal approval happened pretty quickly for the buyers, and we settled today of all days. So really, really amazing. And I've got to say, I think the sentiment for that first home buyer market right now, it's really, really hot. So in our portfolio, we've got lots and lots of clients who have got pre-approvals in place to buy that first home. And traditionally, that first home would have been sort of that sort of price point around $500,000-$700,000. But we've got a lot of first home buyers right now who are prepped and primed to buy to like 1.2, 1.3, $1.5 million. So that marketplace, I think, is in real demand right now. And I suppose, the statistics being, the rental market increases over the last, 12, 18 months have been quite incredible. It's really motivating people now to consider buying their own home rather than renting, and that sort of that sort of new to market space is real hot. But I do believe that as we're going through the spring and summer campaigns right now, more properties are coming into market, so hopefully that will have a sort of a cooling effect on the values of property prices as well. So yeah, it's just interesting firsthand. We were able to sell the property for the right reasons for Kelly and I very, very quickly. So anyone who's looking to consider to offload property, rebalance the books, as it were, will then reach out to us. We've got plenty of people in our world who can support that process and do a really, really good job. Donny and recommending Craig was fantastic for us. So yeah, it's just been nice to go through a process which I'm recommending my clients to go through as well.
First-hand experience. Well, congratulations to you and Kelly. That's very exciting.
Yeah, we're going to Vegas.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Or I might have to pay off my credit card. I don't know. We'll see.
And so what about news back home at Lydian HQ? What's happening there?
Yeah, so the Pride is growing. It's been really exciting, actually. So in the month of September, which it's crazy to think that, we've been onboarding some really nice partners. So in particular, Australian Unity is a new to Lydian partnership, which is great. So we've been speaking to the teams in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane and rolling out the services through their salary channel and then next to their dealer group channel, which is really exciting for us. Secondly, we've been speaking with the H&R Block officers as well. So we've been having some lunches with the H&R Block district team and promoting the lending services through those services, so through those offices as well, which has been really good. So I just want to thank the brokers for really pushing that out and helping us roll these services to those branches, because I think there's over 400 branches nationally, and I can't do that myself. I'd be a little bit tired. And then lastly, closer to home, we're really expanding the Pride. I mean, Jackie, you'll have seen from the day that it was sort of, my Jerry Maguire moment, who's with me, and a couple of mortgage brokers joined. We've got a bit of a merry band now. So, we are definitely national, and we've got a great guy who's just joined us, an English guy, so please go easy with him. But he's plugged into the Gold Coast and Southeast Queensland slot for us. His name's James Peach. He's got a business as well called Peach Finance up up there. So some of you may well see his billboard when you're driving north to Brizzy there. So it's Peach Finance as powered by Lydian. But we've got a great broker joining us in the Goldie, which is pretty cool. And that means then I can go up there to visit James and have a little bit of a holiday, because Gold Coast is one of my favourite spots in Australia.
And I'll get you down there.
Come down and visit. So he's joined us there, and then we've had a bit of a reshuffle with Darren. So with Darren Bryant, one of our brokers, who's been with us from day dot, he's gone up to manage the HQ up there in Brisbane, which is really exciting for us. And then watch this space. We've got a couple of other brokers which we're really pleased to on board, and we'll launch those guys and girls in the October and November months as well. So we hope to have a team of about 17 mortgage brokers by the end of the year, which really plugs into those gaps of relationships that we've got from a partnership perspective. So, I suppose a big thank you from Rox and I for one, joining us. Number two, thank the brokers for thinking about Lydian as a home to be, and thank the partners for supporting Lydian so we can grow as well. And lastly, I suppose thanks to the operations team for helping us, plug in these guys and girls into the Lydian platform and doing an amazing job for the brokers from a transaction perspective and a marketing perspective to get their brand and personal profiles out there. So it's a real team effort at Lydian HQ, as well as Jackie, yourself. Okay, I won't forget you.
Well, I think every time we've jumped on to film with Boothy's Bites, we've spoken about a new broker coming on board. So that's a testament to you and Roxy constantly trying to grow the business. And so thank you to you guys for providing us with such an amazing team to be a part of. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Go Team Lydian. Get a team song or something. We've got the trucker hats.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, I think of it. Oh, yeah, okay, well, I'll do a team song. Yeah, it was a Lion King song, but it's a really difficult one to sing. We've all failed at it anyway.
You've never asked me, but anyway. Well, Boothy, thank you so much for joining me for your segment. As always, a pleasure, and we'll be seeing you next month.
Thanks, Jackie. You take care. Cheers again. Ciao, everyone.
See ya. Bye.